Hello everyone, in today's video I will tell you about vibration. Activities in industry almost always have risk factors that can cause accidents or occupational diseases. One of which is the danger posed by the use of machines or mechanical devices in the form of mechanical vibrations. According to the Minister of Manpower of the Republic of Indonesia, number 5 of 2018 concerning OHS and working environment, vibration is the regular movement of objects or media in alternating direction from their position of balance. Vibration can also be interpreted as transmission of force from work processes into the worker. Workers who work with certain tools that produce vibrations are potentially affected by excessive vibration from time to time. As you can see, here's some example. A driver and a drillman. There are two types of vibration that affects individuals. They are hand-arm vibrations or HAV and whole body vibration or WBV. Hand-arm vibration is vibration that generated in the hands and arms by powered hand tools, such as drill, chainsaw, sander, rod breaker, and etc. Just by looking at how we use the tool, we know that the vibration transmitted through the hands that holding the tool. Frequent exposure to hand-arm vibration can lead to two forms of permanent illness. They are hand-arm vibration syndrome or HAVS and carpal tunnel syndrome or CTS. Luckily, it is preventable but can be permanent once the damage is done. Even so, recognizing the symptoms of the effects experienced by hand-arm vibration is still important. Workers that affected by HAV usually report the symptoms, namely attack of whitening or clenching of one or more fingers when exposed to cold, tingling and loss of sensation in the fingers, loss of light touch, pain and cold between periodic white finger attacks, loss of grip strength, and ponces in fingers and wrists. These symptoms caused by the disruption of blood and oxygen supply to the fingers from prolonged vibration exposure, resulting in damage to blood vessels and nervous systems that initially are reversible, but with continued exposures eventually become irreversible. To reduce the risk of being exposed to the effects of hand-arm vibration, several controls can be carried out, such as do some risk assessment by evaluate potential exposure to employees to HAV, reduce vibration exposure by reducing the vibration transmitted to the hand by consult with tool manufacturers, suppliers, and hire companies to source low vibration tools. Reducing the time spent holding vibrating equipment or workpieces by alternating with coworkers every now and then. Carry out pre-employment health assessments because a poor body condition can also increase the risk of HIV effects. Treat manufacturers and hire companies' vibration ratings with caution. Initiate weekly skin checks and using PPE such as using gloves to protect the hands. Meanwhile, whole body vibration is vibration passing through the body which is generated inside vehicles and agricultural vehicles. Here, the vibration is in the form of jolts and large shock when the vehicle passes through an uneven surface. These vibrations are transmitted from the legs or the seat. Whole body vibration can cause injury or disability to the lower back or the spine. This is due to many things such as workers' sitting positions, sitting for long periods of time without being able to change positions, obstructed or unclear vision that requires workers to stretch their neck, manual lifting and carrying of heavy or awkward loads, repeatedly climbing into an or jumping out of a higher or difficult access gap, etc. More than that, it can cause neck-shoulder disorders, digestive and circulatory disorders, insomnia, headache, motion sickness, and shakiness shortly after or during the exposure, and however, damage to the internal organs also may occur. It is necessary to carry out several controls to reduce the risk of being affected by the effects of WBV by doing risk controls such as substitution of other working methods that less risky. Equipment selection, purchasing policy, work schedules should always rotate over time. Maintenance, see which tools are no longer suitable for use and make sure everything is in the best condition. And consultation or participation from the workers to ensure that workers can be open about their health conditions. There are certain limits for a worker to be exposed to a vibration on a daily basis to minimize the risk of being exposed to the effects of vibration. Based on General Applications 2007, the general limit values of hand-arm vibration are: for the daily exposure limit value standardized to an 8-hour reference period shall be 5 meter per second square, and for the daily exposure action value standardized to an 8-hour reference period shall be 2.5 meter per second square. There are some examples of typical vibration magnitudes in hand tools. It is chainsaw with 6 meter per second square, sander 8 meter per second square, hammer drill 9 meter per second square, and rod breaker 12 meter per second square. Next, the general limit values of whole body vibration are: for the daily exposure limit value standardized to an 8-hour reference period shall be 1.15 meter per second square, and for the daily exposure action value standardized to an 8-hour reference period shall be 0.5 meter per second square. And then some example of typical vibration magnitudes in vehicles such as car 0.4 meter per second square, lorry 0.7 meter per second square, tractor 1 meter per second square, and quarry dumper 1.2 meter per second square. So that's it from me. I hope you understand it well, and thank you very much for your attention.